Good afternoon. Welcome to 2022 Resnick Neuropsych Fall Festival and Daisy Award celebration brought to you by Structured Empowerment Committee. My name is Jimmy Saria. I am a committee chair. We are also celebrating a Daisy Award winners today. And to get things started, please help me welcome UCLA Chief Nursing Executive Dr. Karen Gribley.
Jimmy took my line. I love using the O2. So, well, congratulations everybody for the Daisy Award that's yet to happen today, and thank you all so much for inviting me to join in the Fall Festival. We all subscribe to relationship-based care here and how we deliver care to our patients. That is the foundation on which all of the things we do as far as how we take care of ourselves and how we manage the space. The other piece that's really important is recognition. And I think the fact that we're here today to celebrate a Daisy Award winner says a lot. The Daisy Award, as you know, recognizes nurses for doing extraordinary things in the course of what we consider an ordinary day. We do a tremendous amount of work that demands emotional, physical, and relational commitment every single day. So I think taking a few minutes today to really enjoy yourselves, enjoy the company of your colleagues, makes a huge difference in paving the way for yourselves. And it also gives you the opportunity to celebrate one of our colleagues' success in receiving a Daisy Award. But thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope you have a great day, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Dr. Gribley. Please help me welcome our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Eric Chung.
Sorry, folks. They say the timing was pretty good. You're very punctual. I'm thrilled to be able to make a few remarks here. The award recipients today, I think, are exemplifying what many of you do day in and day out. Your guardians for this facility that we run. Healthcare is a very challenging business. Psychiatric healthcare is an extraordinarily challenging job. And I'm so impressed with how all of you do your work day to day, entrusted caretakers, finding space to be with patients and to help them simply through who you are, being a compassionate person, through your empathy, through taking an extra moment to be with people during their times of crisis, chaos, fear, vulnerability. Sunny asked me to say a couple words about wellness, as this is the Fall Wellness Festival. And I thought I'd just remark that in order to show up and do this job, everyone must take care of themselves, myself included. And each of you replenish yourself, that you are able to restore yourself so that when you come back to work like I do every day, you're ready for it. On any given weekend, when I'm not here, you might find me out in the streets of Los Angeles looking for surfboards and dumpsters. And I like to find old surf craft and restore it. That's a hobby of mine. It's something I've been doing for a long time. And it actually comes from a concept, a Japanese practice called kintsugi. Anybody know of that term? Kintsugi is, in English, translated to golden joinery. It's repairing old materials like pottery and vases once they have broken, and of course in a very impeccable way that they do in the Japanese culture with lacquer and gold dust and platinum fillings, to take something that was broken and to restore it and to make it beautiful once again. That these items are not to be discarded, that they're not to be hidden, they're not to be disguised, but accepted for what they are, and they take on a new life, they take on a new beauty in this way. I think about that, and that's a hobby, and I also think about that in the work that we do in this hospital. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shen. Please help me welcome our Chief Nursing Officer, Mr. Patrick Maloney.
Thank you, everyone. Delighted that it's not raining today. Really happy we can all be in person. I'm coming up on 1 year of being here at UCLA, and I cannot be more grateful and thrilled to work here with the amazing team that we have. Today, it's kind of exciting. We're doing an experiment, a hybrid, where we are combining our Fall Wellness Festival with the Daisy Awards. And we have some amazing Daisy Award recipients that you'll see and hear their nominations a little later. Wellness is really, really important, and I think going through the last few years, every one of us has been through something, and it's been difficult. And to show up to a place like this, where we heal people one person at a time, but don't often see the end result. Just know that the results are there. We'll hear that in some of the nominations. It's important for all of us, myself included, to be able to come each day and ready to bring it, because we face so many challenges in our work. And so I'm hopeful that as we go in through the next year, we're all prioritizing, and I know I am, all of our well-being, and of course that starts with us as individuals. I personally like to ride my mountain bike over the Santa Monica Mountains, and it's just so important to take care of ourselves when we're not at work. The Daisy Awards you will hear later. Some of them are kind of unique, and we haven't had in Resnick before. But I wanted to invite Scott Perry from 4 East, who's a previous Daisy Award winner, to share a bit about what it's meant to him.
I'm Scott Perry. I'm one of the RNs here. Somewhere near the beginning of the pandemic, I was a Daisy recipient. UCLA, Resnick, or like a Daisy factory or something. It's no surprise, there's a lot of really, really amazing nurses and staff here. So I'm pleased to be part of that. I think all of the Daisy recipients and other staff who haven't happened to get a Daisy yet go that extra mile and do something special for the patients. I'm happy to celebrate with the recipients today, and thanks.
Now for the awards, the exciting part. I'd like Lori Garcia Teague and Quan Fan to come up. I would also, and this is the really cool thing, I would like the 4 West C neighborhood staff, all who are in attendance, to also come up. This is a team award. The 4 West C unit team helped care for a patient with treatment-resistant catatonia throughout this patient's extraordinarily long length of stay with compassion, dignity, and respect. Over several months, the staff took care of the patient's basic needs, all while preserving the patient's dignity. As time went on, the staff on 4 West C cared for patients' well-being as if they were caring for their very own family member. Because of the length of stay, staff have been very creative in finding innovative ways to engage the patient by playing the patient's favorite music, singing karaoke, and playing foosball. And lastly, the 4 West C unit also shows appreciation and gratitude toward this patient's father. This patient's father has trusted the 4 West C unit team with taking care of their child, and in return, everyone on the team feels as though their patient is part of their family and cannot wait for the patient to get back to their life. So please applaud this incredible team. And after this, I'd like to invite Lori and Quan to say a few words as well.
Okay, guys, you know, when you walk in these doors here at UCLA, we see you. The patients watch your every move, and your peers look up to you. And we also see you, and we'll continue to recognize you. Just continue to do the great work that you do. Thank you so much. You guys are a very strong team.
Next, I'd like to call up the 4 East leaders, Susan Rappaport and Sunny Dishman. This individual award winner just emailed me a bit ago. His daughter twisted her ankle at school, and he has to go take care of her. This is Efren Solomon, 4 East night shift clinical nurse. And here's the nomination. Recently, he was taking care of a very disorganized, restless, and impulsive patient. He was assigned to that patient each time he worked and made every effort to connect with his patient, relationship-based care. He was able to keep the patient calm by his caring and non-judgmental approach. It was a pleasure seeing the patient approaching a staff member to thank him for helping him through the struggle with a manic episode. And I'd like to invite Susan or Sunny if they have any words they would like to say as well.
Really honored to accept this on Efren's behalf. Efren is a wonderful nurse on the night shift, and he does provide excellent care to even most challenging patients in our ICU. So I'm not surprised that someone has nominated him and that he's received this award. So on his behalf, I thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would like to call up Gloria Young, 4 East night shift clinical nurse. I may have noted earlier that sometimes we can't tell if we made a difference in an individual person's life. This is a patient nomination. Gloria was incredibly kind and patient during my stay. Gloria sat with me patiently as I cried, spoke with me gently and in even tone, and took time to make sure I felt safe and comfortable. It meant so much to me that in that moment, that Gloria took the extra time to make sure I was okay. Thank you so much, Gloria.
Gloria came to us as a new grad, and I know back then that Susan and I made an excellent decision hiring her. So I know Gloria's mom is here. She's she's really joyful to have on our unit. She really takes care of our patients, and congratulations, Gloria. This is well deserved.
So wonderful to see family here as well, to see the incredible impact your family member makes in people's lives.
Here.
We're going to take one quick picture.
Yes.
We'd like to invite Gloria to say a few words.
Hello, everyone. I feel like I say the same words each time, but I genuinely mean them when I say that, UCLA has really taken me under their wing. I started as a new grad here, as Sunny said, and they kind of built me from the ground up. So everything that people have said about me, hopefully I reflect the compassion, the values that all my mentors, all the nurses and staff on the unit have instilled in me during my time here. So thank you so much. I'm so honored to be up here. Thank you.
I'd like to call up Jocelyn Neal. First of all, congratulations. I want to say Jocelyn is the recipient of the very first Resnick Lifetime Achievement Daisy Award. I feel like that warranted an extra moment there. I'm going to go ahead and read this wonderful nomination. Jocelyn is one of the reasons that I am the nurse I am today. As a youngish new grad 20 plus years ago, I was looking for inspiration, leadership, and direction from someone more experienced in my unit. I'm so thankful now that I've received all three in abundance from her back then. In her, I immediately saw a nurse that I aspired to be. She was confident but reserved in her practice, willingly accepted the most difficult or challenging patients, and easily related to physicians and her fellow staff on all levels. I learned those lessons most intimately from Jocelyn. From her, I learned that caring for psychiatric patients requires a much more subtle approach than simply following intervention guidelines. Nurses like Jocelyn who remember that and mold their practice around these central tenets can elevate their practice and can absolutely make a difference in their patients' lives. A colleague of 25 years recently described her medical skills are near equal par with her psychiatric skills. While working in Fort North, she was caring for a dementia patient who had just finished CCT. This patient was awake and oriented, but a sudden change in affect prompted her to action. She quickly positioned the patient in his geriatric chair while simultaneously directing the nearby staff to get her to the ER cart. She remained with the patient while also directing other staff to call for emergency assistance and the doctor. We later learned that this patient had suffered a stroke. His outcome would have been considerably different had it not been for Jocelyn's exacting attention to this patient's presentation. Many of her patients over the years have shown a tendency towards violence, the kind of violence not born from hatred or animosity, but from illness, confusion, and despair. Despite these often difficult patients, her personality and her approach to care remains consistent, calm, and in control. She understands how to diffuse the confusion and violence that can result from that confusion in her patients, and can bring them back to a normal affect quicker and more gently than any nurse I've ever seen. She is well regarded by patients and their families, many of whom often take the time to write and call after discharge to specifically thank her for the care she provided to them. On a practical level, Jocelyn is one of the most reliable nurses I have ever had the pleasure to work with. She doesn't shrink from being assigned to the most difficult patients and can always be counted on to work not only her assigned shift, but also to cover for others when needed. 32 years later, with rain boots on or not, you can still find her assisting patients in the shower. Her passion to provide the best care has not changed. She is eager to help her fellow nurses experience the same passion and motivation to provide the best care possible, whether you are a novice or an experienced nurse coming to join the Resnick team. I truly believe Jocelyn is the ultimate Daisy honoree, deserving of the Lifetime Achievement Award. To quote one of her colleagues, if someone asked me to describe a Daisy nurse in one word, I would say Jocelyn. Let us all give a round of applause. She can say a little.
I cannot do this without you all support. I've been here for longer than everybody. I train most of you. I work our attendings, our chief officer. But without you all, I could not have done this. Thank you.
Thank you.
It goes to my other one. Yes. Oh, very nice. This is nice. Oh, picture, guys.
Dr.
Paging
Kaufman!
Dr. Kaufman. Paging Dr. Kaufman.
That's okay. Work and go shop.
Trained us all. I don't know about you, but that was really inspiring, and I want to say there are other potential future award winners here. We have so many amazing, compassionate, smart people. Feel free to nominate people as we go forward. So next I would like to call up Michael Aziz, a pharmacy SE member, to announce a special award presentation.
To help me present this award, I'd like to call up the EVS supervisor, Celeste Proud. This award is the Good Catch Award, which I'm proud to present to Mary and Galena, our 4 East EVS personnel, for their good catch of discovering a loose mixture hanging from the ceiling and hooks on the bed following patient discharge. We have a certificate and medal for them, and a shirt that will be presented to them later upon the unit. And on behalf of everybody, y'all, I just want to say thank you for that catch. Yeah, go Mary, go Galena. Can we get the rest of the housekeepers up here, please? Photo op time, y'all. Photo op. Y'all. Come on. Yes, y'all.
What? Okay. Our EVS team is great here in Resnick. Think about people that interact with staff and patients and can see safety issues. I mean, you guys are super important. So, about to the end here, and I just want to encourage everybody to have fun, talk. We're in person, get some food. All right, thank you. That's the end of the formal program. Let's have fun. Psych, a bath means a bath.